The Galactica is off somewhere else, plotting, figuring out, struggling with the idea of how can they get back and rescue all these colonists with literally 2 Battlestars at half strength. And our characters that are on the ground in New Caprica, some have taken sides, some are caught in between.
One in particular is missing a vital part of his anatomy.
Yeah, think about that on the way home. It ain't pretty. It's a very sort of provocative and sort of dark and challenging, beginning to the tale of what happened to these people on New Caprica.
There's some great moments of hope and redemption in there too. You've got to have that counterbalance, don't you?
Yeah, on behalf of the network, thank you, Lucy, for saying that. It's a dark show, but we strive for moments of hope as well here and there. But it is in particular, the flash forward a year was when they proposed it to us. It was we thought it was shocking and ballsy and exciting, and we figured it would definitely get people's attention because you've never really seen anything within one scene jumping forward. So and we thought it would set a lot of anticipation for season 3.
And those struggles with the darkness of their situation makes those sweet moments all the sweeter. Real triumph moments, particularly for Adama, of course, and the whole crew when they pull it together and get through some really hideous post-apocalyptic challenges. So, you feel a little proud for them. When you're watching, you just feel proud. Good on the humans. Get to it. You're lovely little people.
I don't want to get too diverted, but I know that you, Ron, and David are working on a spin-off called Caprica, right?
Yeah, well, right now it's just the scripts that we just submitted to the network, and we're awaiting our orders. But we're working with a great writer named Raimi Abushan, who is really came to us actually with a lot of this sort of thought out. Ron and I have been thinking about a way to explore the mythos sort of reverse engineered way, which is to go back before these stories and investigate what happened on the planet that may have led to some of these conditions that leads to the attack. And so Raimi had an idea that was very close to that, and so we've been working with him. But it's been great because by having this third partner, it's allowed Ron and I to stay very focused on Galactica, and Raimi sort of taking the lead right now with Captain.
So your attention isn't going to be diverted from my show?
No.
Yeah.
It's baby, isn't it?
Eddie. Darling. The Battlestar does a really good job of blending sort of almost current events or ideas, political ideas that are so sort of apt to our world today. And it's very politically aware. And I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about some of the things we might see the show approaching in the coming season.
I think that what Ron and David and the writers have done has been monumental. This show, the reason I got involved with it was because of that single aesthetic. Ron, David, myself, Michael Reimer, we sat and we were talking with each other when the show was being, and they asked me to be a part of the show. And I really had a hard time being on Battlestar Galactica. After, I was doing things that really needed my time. And so we started talking. The way that Ron had initially introduced me to the project was incredible. And his writing was superb. And the idea of keeping this reality in the midst of what was happening after 9/11 was incredible. And because our psychology, all of us on the planet, especially here in the United States of America, had changed. And therefore, it was ready for this kind of a problem, because this is a reality that we're all facing. So the truths started to really, truths that were happening to us sociologically were truths that we could now take a look at. And we had to take a look at as a human body. And so he was willing to go into that. So in the third season, it becomes incredible. I must tell you, this is the darkest show I've ever been a part of. And I say that with love because basically it makes you think. It's entertaining, it stays with that same entertainment factor. You go visit this world and this, these people, and you've grown to, if nothing else, at least understand what they're going through. Some people even appreciate them. But in essence, you're going to really get yourself confused because the way that they've structured the understanding between the human beings and what we call the Cylons, these technology that we created ourselves and how it comes back to haunt us, is monumental. And so you get to see things that are happening right now. For instance, and I mean, this is laying the cat out of the bag, but you'll get the psychology of say, suicide bombers when you start to see the human beings using that method to move forward and trying to fight to their very end of what they believe in and why they're using this philosophy and this theory of killing themselves to take out 5 androids, Cylons. And so it becomes a really incredibly dark and incredible journey as we step into this world for the 3rd season, much more so than any season that we've had of the 2 seasons and the pilot. So I got to tell you, this year, please don't watch it.
That's our new actor.
Entirely. Don't let your kids watch it. You don't watch it. Just save yourself. Better to watch CNN. Okay? We love you too.
Well, on that note, I have many, many more questions, but I think it's time to actually open it up to all of you guys. So if you have questions for any of our panelists, I think there are microphones around and
Stupid question.
We have a microphone located in the center.
Very weird way. And there is this scene that was written by Martin Hyde, right in history. I know the history. Yeah, right. Anyway, there is this scene for you that is so damn delicious where Adama nails them. There's this. Oh, get out. We're on a Cylon ship. Anyway, there's this thing coming up. It's so beautiful, and when I read it, I just laughed out loud every time those 3 get in the same room. It's fantastic, you guys.
She likes me. I would have to say that the relationships this year are so deeply rooted in hurting each other. I got to tell you, I'm not kidding you. I mean, I think that the most stunning part of the relationship is Lee, my son, who has a tremendous, tremendous relationship going on with Duell and Starbuck that really out of Page 6 in New York. You'll enjoy it.
There are a lot of couples at the beginning of the season. I'm curious.
A lot of people leave us too. I'd be very sad about that.
Come back, Aaron.
Things get very intense because it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. You know, they're all kind of held hostage. So relationships start to splinter and reform in very unlikely and recharged ways.
Yeah, I think the one that I'm enjoying at the moment is the relationship between Sharon and Hilo. Because it's so extraordinary, and she's a Cylon, but she's kind of caught aboard this ship. It's like the last thing that you want to be, and they've had their baby taken away from them, and they have a kind of tragic, amazing arc, things that they get to, the drastic circumstances that they're put under. And they're totally alone as a unit.